Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're live streaming the Polestar 3 launch event. This will be quite exciting. Very, very exciting. So we're obviously just waiting right now. Um I can see a lot of journalists in the background. um wow, this is going to be super exciting. Just as I promised, I'm live streaming the entire event just so everyone can obviously enjoy this moment together, ladies and gents, and let's enjoy this moment together. We've waited for this for a extremely long time. It feels good to finally get the Polestar event on the way. On the way, ladies and gents, on the way. Wow, this is quite exciting. I won't lie, this is quite exciting. Yeah, so I've been making a lot of videos about the Polestar 3. So I think everyone's been enjoying those videos. So that's been quite exciting, actually. And the support, so many people have been watching those videos. The event is starting. Ooh! The event is starting, ladies and gents. The event is starting. Oh, this is exciting. Let's turn that music down because I don't want to get any copyright problem. But the event is going on right now. Polestar, baby. I had my I had it on the worst quality. I had to just turn it up for a minute, you know what I mean? Wow. What a moment. What a moment. The collective good of this community has been waiting for. We've been waiting for this event for a very long time. We are going to finally see the Polestar 3 SUV, Polestar's first SUV. Right now, they are about 21,000 people watching the event. Over 21,000 people watching the event. Okay. That's exciting. That's super exciting. That is extremely exciting. We have a handful of people watching our stream as well. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Polestar event. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit excited, so I apologize that my excitement is this high, but yeah, my excitement is to the limit. I am so excited. But listen, here's what we want. Ooh, that's a lovely looking Polestar. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tweet my video so everyone know that we are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. Polestar 3 launch event live stream. Yes, baby, yes. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. I'm just tweeting the event right now. If anyone have any questions, we've got a question from Merched Barakat. Stocks haven't budged a knot. I know. The Polestar shares are not doing particularly well right now, but that's a really good thing for me. Obviously, I have to say this video is not financial advice, but I love the Polestar share being this cheap because I can just buy as much share as I want. You know, it's a great company. They're doing amazing things. What more do you need? I also remember a time when Tesla shares were cheap. I remember a time when Facebook shares were cheap. Oh my goodness, I am getting some pictures from Polestar. Look at that. Okay, so we got to go to Twitter. We've got to go to Twitter because we are getting some additional information. Holy crap, this is quite exciting. I am getting some amazing images. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the car right now. I am looking at the car right now. This is exciting. So I'm gonna share these. I'm gonna share these with everyone. So don't worry. Let's listen to the event. Okay, let's listen to the event. I am super excited. Super excited. Damn.
Welcome.
Woo!
Welcome to the world premiere of Polestar 3.
Ah.
4 minutes, 48 seconds. Aquarius, the epic piece of
Okay,
music we just listened to.
That should be better.
From the very first beat to the final gong. 4 minutes and 48 seconds, in which we saw the 5 years of Polestar history flying by. Such a short time and such a long way. We launched the brand in October 2017 with the presentation of Polestar 1.
Right.
Since then, we established the brand in Europe, in the US, and in Asia Pacific.
Absolutely.
And we are selling today in over 25 markets around the globe.
Woo!
150 Polestar spaces are open for customer visits and test drives. And 1,100 service points take care of the 67,000 Polestars that are on the road today.
Whew.
In Pebble Beach, we announced 2 months ago that our electric roadster concept will go into production as Polestar 6, completing the model lineup and rollout of 4 new products in just 5 years.
Awesome.
What an amazing product offer for an EV startup. We listed Polestar on the Nasdaq in New York, adding a completely new dimension to our company.
Awesome.
And we pushed the agenda on sustainability. Our Polestar Zero project, aiming to produce a car that leaves the factory gate with zero carbon footprint by the year 2030.
The car is beautiful.
Goes further than anything else in terms of driving down carbon emissions.
So,
but now it's time for Polestar 3.
So let me turn up the audio.
A very important step for our company. This car defines the very center, the heart of Polestar, in terms of size, luxury, ambition, and design. If you ever wondered how standalone the brand would be, look at Polestar 3. It was designed from day one as purely Polestar. Polestar 3 is our first SUV, and people love SUVs. Why? Well, I think when human mankind learned how to ride a horse and experience the thrill of sitting high up there in command of the big animal, the foundation for SUV mania was laid. Everybody loves SUVs. You get in and out easily. You have great overview from inside, and you feel cool driving them. SUVs can be bad too. They drink too much. People think they are dangerous, and some of them look aggressive. Some work to be done. Let's create the SUV for the electric age. To do that, we went deep into the architecture. So, let's start with a base well-known, a luxury SUV. First, we make it electric. Put in a battery as a skateboard sandwich between the wheels. And in order to create a nice big interior space and to fit in sufficient dimension battery, we stretch the wheelbase. Then we get rid of one seating row and move the remaining wide apart from each other. Because this is not a people mover, but the luxuriously spaced Polestar 3 with generous legroom in the second row. Next, we tilt the seats to a sports car-inspired position. That includes lowering the dashboard. Now, we have the space to draw a new, more aerodynamic, fast silhouette. This is how we transition from the past to the future of the electric SUV. We preserved the stance, the ground clearance, the high seating position, and combined it with a lower aerodynamic roofline and a sportier position for the driver. The couple distance is significantly increased, making the cabin spacious and luxuriously airy. We believe with this formula, Polestar 3 defines the package layout of the SUV for the electric age. The electric age. Whenever you saw the presentation of a new pure electric car in the last few years, there was a high focus on the specifics of electrification. The battery, the new twist to the electric motor. I did it myself, point taken. Here tonight, for once, I would love not to speak about whether we have a pouch cell or a prismatic cell. For once, I would love to speak as if we are beyond that already, as if electrification is normal, a given. To concentrate again on what really matters when you create a new car, what it gives to you, how and what you feel when you drive it, live with it, use it, what a sensation it is to own it. There are 5 human senses: sight, smell, feel, taste, and sound. Let us take them one by one and see what Polestar 3 has to offer for each of these 5 senses. Let's start with sound. What's one good reason people love to spend time in their car? It's the one time of the day when it is okay to be on your own, in peace, where you can relax and just listen to music, your music. You can even sing along. Sitting down when you come home in the evening in a comfy armchair in front of the great hi-fi system and listen to Miles Davis. In this day and age, absolutely no chance. I will be reminded very quickly, and rightfully so, that the dishwasher needs loading and the kids need to be picked up, and anyway, what music is that? Isn't it more an idea of the 90s, the amazing hi-fi sound system perfectly positioned in your living room? Reality today is that music at home has been downgraded to a Bluetooth speaker, probably in the kitchen, where most of the life anyway is happening. It's not stereo anymore, and honestly, who cares? So, let us talk about music where you can enjoy it. With the expertise of Bauer & Wilkins, we created the most amazing sound experience in Polestar 3. We positioned 5 tweeters with Nautilus spiral chamber technology, 7 mid-range speakers, 4 headline speakers, and 4 full-range speakers in the headrests, enabling a mind-blowing surround sound experience. Add to these 4 woofers and 1 fresh air subwoofer. That is a total of 25 speakers in this car, plus 3 external speakers to deliver the distinct Polestar sound at low speeds to make pedestrians aware of the electric car approaching. So, a total of 28 speakers driven by a 28-channel amplifier with a total system power of 1,750 watts.
Okay.
This is not just an amplifier, it is a digital sound processor, and it enables multi-channel signals such as Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos. 4 months ago, I sat in the Polestar 3, standing in a sound lab, and the Bauer & Wilkins engineer sitting next to me, he told me how they had asked Kraftwerk to re-edit one of their albums with the new possibilities that are enabled with Dolby Atmos. What I experienced when he then started the music was mind-blowing. Usually music comes somewhere from the front, but this, it felt like the music was playing right in my head. It was everywhere. It felt like it was composed in 3D, in space. And this experience is waiting for you in Polestar 3. Dolby Atmos from the awesome Bow & Wilkins audio system with awesome sound
It looks amazing.
and awesome looks. Smell. Well, really this chapter should be labeled no smell. Air pollution is still a major issue in the cities of the world. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 4.2 million premature deaths globally are linked to ambient air pollution. And more than 90% of the children in the world breathe toxic air every day. So we made an extra effort to make sure that the air you breathe in Polestar 3 is clean and healthy. Together with Cabin Air and Volvo Cars, we developed the Advanced Air Cleaner, the AAC. The function of the Advanced Air Cleaner is based on ionization of particles in the incoming air by charging them. The particles then stick to the filter, which has the opposite charge. A first layer eliminates coarse road and industrial dust and pollen. A second layer removes fine dust, mold microspores, and allergens. And in the final layer, harmful gases are eliminated. There are 3,000 liters of air in the Polestar 3 cabin, and they are completely exchanged every minute to make sure you breathe fresh and oxygen-rich air. What does it all up to? The air you breathe in Polestar 3 is cleaned of 95% of fine particles, 97% of viruses, and 99.9% of pollen and allergens. Feel. We designed Polestar 3 for you to feel and to be safe. To do so, we have the best partner you could think of on our side, Volvo Cars. Built on decades of active safety research, Polestar 3 introduces new intelligent technologies with a unique combination of centralized core computing powered by NVIDIA and software by Volvo Cars. The central computer system is fed with data of an army of cameras, radars, and ultrasonic sensors to help steer and brake the car in case the need to avoid an accident arises. In the unlikely event of an accident, there are up to 10 airbags mounted around the cabin to help reduce
that is pretty
avoid
cool
injuries.
That is very
to
cool.
Protect and save your life. And the cherry on top? The LiDAR from Lumina.
Ooh.
We believe the best long-range LiDAR in the world, giving Polestar customers access to the future of autonomous driving.
Awesome.
You remember bullet time? Just like in the famous bullet time scene from the Matrix film, we must slow down time to understand to the extreme millisecond what is happening when the safety systems in Polestar 3 perform their magic. Neo's reaction speed to escape the flying bullets of Agent Smith is what saves his life.
I like that.
And it's similar in the car.
That's very nice.
This is a blink of an eye, 180 milliseconds. And this is the time frame of a typical accident, 100 milliseconds. And now this is the time it takes for the biggest airbag in the car to inflate and deflate again, 30 milliseconds.
Wow.
So, in the blink of an eye, in just 180 milliseconds, the 125 liters of the passenger airbags could deploy and deflate 6 times if we would do it in sequence. This is rocket science, literally. The explosion of the airbag is driven by rocket fuel type of technology. In just 8 milliseconds, it takes inflating the newest airbag type that we have added to our cars, the inner side airbag. We introduced the inner side airbag in Polestar 2 in 2019 as standard. Why did it need an even faster airbag for the side than the one in front of us? Well, imagine a car or a truck is going to hit you from the side, and there's just so little time and space left to fill that gap between you and the lethal intruder with the life-saving airbag cushion. 8 milliseconds. So, with one of the best accident avoidance systems in the world, and the backup of up to 10 airbags, you can feel and you are safe in Polestar 3. Feel performance.
Very nice.
Come on, it's a Polestar. Of course, we took care that Polestar 3 feels and drives as a Polestar should.
What a beauty!
It's excellent handling and great control.
Wow, that car is beautiful.
Taking the sport in SUV seriously. As an electric car, Polestar 3 has a home advantage for superb dynamics built into its genes. The battery float centralizes the mass and gives low inertia. The center of gravity is lowered by 100 millimeters compared to an ICE SUV. And in fact, it is around the same as a Polestar 1. With an electric motor on each axle, the load distribution is as an optimal 50-50. And just as with Polestar 1, Polestar 3 has torque vectoring. It controls the torque distributed between the right and the left rear wheel individually. Torque vectoring improves agility at low speed and stability at high speed. This time via a dual clutch system, the TVDC. Polestar 3 is equipped with air suspension as standard. We use it to automatically change the ride height of the car dependent on speed.
Wow.
A high riding position at lower speed to give you that superior SUV overview, and a lowered riding position with better drag and better dynamics at high speeds. And if needed, an off-road mode to raise the car up by additional 40 or 50 millimeters. The suspension has active dampers and dual volume air springs, each with 2 chambers. This is like having 2 chassis in one. With electronic control, Polestar 3 can switch between comfort and uncompromised handling. With a high updating frequency of 500 Hz, this means the damper can be adjusted according to exact road conditions once every 2 milliseconds. That means at a speed of 90 kilometers, Polestar 3 updates and adjusts the dampers every 5 centimeters of the road. Our engineers have spent thousands of hours fine-tuning the character and the behavior of this car.
This is awesome.
And it's not about impressive numbers of power, torque, or 0 to 100. That is hyped far too often. We believe the excellence in tuning all components with passion and mastery to achieve superb dynamics is what makes a Polestar a true performance car.
Agree. I can completely agree with that.
By far the most important sense is sight. We perceive up to 80% of all impressions with our eyes. And that is the very reason why design is the central and most important pillar that Polestar is built on. to introduce you to the pleasures Polestar 3 provides to your eyes, I welcome Maximilian Massoni, the head of Polestar Design, on stage.
The head of Polestar Design. Wow. Wow.
What does it actually mean to see something? Light gets reflected off a surface, it enters our body through our eyes, and due to an amazing biochemical process, we feel something. This feeling then gets connected with our memories and values. And this ideally results in a relationship with a strong character. We always strive to create these strong characters with our designs. Polestar 3 is the best example. And it's a fascinating one. Look at it.
Ooh.
And now, look at it again.
Beautiful.
It looks capable like an SUV, but also feels like a true performance car. It combines the best of both worlds and lets these qualities coexist in the same dimension. Polestar 3 is self-confident. Strong graphics and contrast dominate the first impression. The themes are unmistakable, complemented by the smallest details that show our relentless focus and our obsession with quality. Polestar 3 is tough. It looks agile and versatile. Ground clearance of up to 25 centimeters and huge 22-inch wheels speak to the ultimate SUV archetype. Electrification allowed us to create ideal proportions, and we made sure we used them. Polestar 3 is beautiful. On this massive base, the low roofline brings in sleek elegance and makes one thing clear: we designed this car for performance. And yes, the 3 is an animal. With its dual motors and power figures around 380 kilowatts, this is a true Polestar. Functional features like door handles and windows are flush against the surface like the fuselage of an aeroplane. This is to reduce drag and to give Polestar 3 its modern look. But we went even further with inspiration we took from aeronautics. To retain the self-confident SUV character on one hand, but on the other hand optimize aerodynamic performance, we gave Polestar 3 wings. So let me explain this.
Explain.
When the air collides with the tall front of an SUV, it gets deflected upwards and creates turbulence. It takes a long time until this turbulent air reconnects with the body. That is what we call drag. An opening at the front of Polestar 3, in combination with an inverted aerofoil, or put simply, a wing, accelerates the air at the frontal section of the bonnet to suck down the deflected air and reconnect it to the body sooner. By generating this earlier laminar flow, the second wing in the tailgate becomes an efficient tool to pull the air through another opening and reduce turbulence behind the car. This results in lower drag, and lower drag gives us more real-world range. Now, the visual key to identification and understanding of any creature is their eyes. Thor's hammer generated an incredibly powerful and recognizable identity. But Polestar deserved its own signature. This is how the dual blade was born. The daytime light signature consists of two precise blades horizontally aligned, which are accompanied by two distinct dots, creating the face of Polestar.
I like the face.
Polestar 3 takes the first step in this evolution. The space around the dual blade is filled with the latest and coolest in lighting technology. Imagine 1.3 million mirrors. Yes, 1.3 million tiny little mirrors that can be individually controlled. Each of them smaller than the diameter of a human hair.
Ooh.
They all fit on one single chip that casts a high-definition light beam on the road. This is Polestar's 1.3 megapixel HD headlamp module. Up to 8 objects, for example oncoming cars or even cyclists, can be detected by cameras in the windscreen. Then their shapes are removed from the light beam simultaneously, resulting in a perfect illumination of the path ahead while avoiding glare. But this is just one of the amazing features of Polestar 3's headlamps. Every square inch of these high-tech eyes is filled with technology to improve road visibility, comfort, and safety. In the past, cars had big radiators to cool down their engine. These combustion engines were incredibly inefficient. Besides their purpose to create forward motion, they produced a lot of heat. Hence, the faces of cars have been defined by increasingly massive grills, which have become a symbol of power, but in reality only celebrated the inefficiency of combustion engines. Polestar 3, however, symbolizes a new era in mobility. We are changing this paradigm from breathing to seeing. In the prime real estate at the front, we've replaced the grille with a smart zone, an area where we cluster forward-facing cameras, radars, and acceleration sensors. To ensure optimum functionality of the driver assistance systems in all weather conditions, we included cleaning devices for the cameras and heating wires against snow buildup, which we even brought forward to the surface to visually celebrate technology. However, the Smart Zone is just one part of a highly complex sensor array all around the vehicle. From the second quarter of next year, Polestar 3 will also be available with LiDAR, a state-of-the-art laser scanner from Luminar. This package also adds even more cameras and ultrasonic sensors.
Wow.
In combination with a laser scanner, they provide accurate real-time data about the car's surroundings. This helps us to prepare for autonomous driving, which means you will be able to hand over control to the car in certain conditions and, for example, relax, read a book, or browse the net.
What? What?
This is great.
That is great.
Technology also sometimes tempts us to lose focus.
Holy crap.
That's why we have built-in 2 driver monitoring sensors that monitor the driver's eyes and help you to regain focus on the road. And did you know that in the last 20 years there were more than 900 deaths in the US alone because of people forgetting their children in their cars?
Damn.
That's why Polestar features Volvo Cars' world-first interior radar technology that can detect children and pets within the cabin and prevent accidentally leaving them behind.
Absolutely.
At Polestar, we always strive for a clear and powerful story, not more nor less. Imagine the birth of a star. One powerful pulse that is followed by a trail of light. This was the inspiration for our welcome signature that sequentially activates the 168 LEDs in the rear lamp when you approach Polestar 3. Sensors around the vehicle precisely locate the digital key in your pocket and initiate the recognition lighting, welcome sequence, unlock sequence, comfort lights, and interior illumination. Space. Space is the new luxury.
That's a beautiful.
The new electric technology base shared with Volvo Cars allows us to maximize interior space.
Oh my goodness.
We move the second row rearwards to give us unprecedented legroom in this class of vehicle. We emphasize the physical dimensions with a design theme that encompasses the whole interior and creates a calm and luxurious space.
Oh, I'm loving this.
We leverage technologies like a passenger knee airbag to gain additional room in the front and create an incredibly modern and lightweight interior. But luxury is not just about space. Luxury is also about culture. Luxury is about how space feels. We care about this part of the experience. We curate this space by only using exclusive materials and by producing beautifully crafted, luxurious details. They're designed to complement the infotainment system and not be replaced by it.
And compliments they do.
We are into minimalism, but at the highest levels of sophistication. A big part of this experience is light. It supports the interior's spacious feeling, with the armrest and tunnel console virtually floating off the surfaces, and a 0.4 millimeter wide laser-edged light line which runs around the whole cabin and serves as a symbol of precision and quality. For the color temperature of the light, we chose 5000 Kelvin, which is within the spectrum emitted by Polaris A, the Polar Star. We continued our tradition from Polestar 1 and 2 and made sure the Polestar is always accompanying you in the night sky, regardless of the weather. When we designed Polestar 2, we understood that for some things, it's better to team up with the best in their field.
True.
And that decision turned out to be absolutely right in many ways.
I've been waiting for this.
Together with Google, we had the chance to build an infotainment system starting with a blank sheet of paper to avoid the usual complexity. And it shows. Polestar 2 customers appreciate the easy-to-use Android infotainment system with the best navigation and voice control in the industry. Now we're taking this success story to the next level. In Polestar 3, the home screen consists of Google Maps and widgets that can be configured for direct access to your favorite apps. The system is intuitive and easy to use. But if you want to customize your individual experience, we made sure that in Polestar 3 you can.
You can customize.
Polestar 2 was the first car in the world with Google built in. But now, with so many other car manufacturers joining us, the App Store is filling up quickly with apps that cater for all sorts of needs.
Wow.
If you want to watch a movie, just stream YouTube in the browser we launched last year. If you forgot to end your parking, Easy Park will do that for you. If you're bored while charging, why not play a web game? You get the idea. As designers, we can make virtually anything look good. This is our superpower. But we shouldn't abuse it. Our job is to find the right path first, and that is the path towards sustainability. But don't be mistaken, this journey is extremely difficult. Getting from today's carbon footprint down to zero in the Polestar Zero project will require major steps. That's why we decided to continuously improve sustainability credentials within materials and processes. We've also pledged to be open and honest on this journey. An example of this is in Polestar 3, where little sustainability declarations can be found in the seats. A badge of honor, if you will, to proudly show our progress. We decided that we wouldn't choose the easy way of quoting old paradigms of traditional car design. We would instead find inspiration in innovative materials to create new aesthetics for a more sustainable luxury. Now, here are just a few examples. Vegan interiors are great because they don't use any animal-derived materials, right? But have you ever wondered what vegan interiors are actually made of? They're ultimately PVC, or PU. And these plastics are made from fossil resources. So we asked ourselves, how can we combine the benefits of vinyl upholsteries with a better process? The solution is Microtech, our bio-attributed vinyl. PVC production is complex, but gradually exchanging the one relevant component, crude oil, with pine oil from natural and renewable sources helps us towards a future without fossil fuels. What about leather and wool, you ask? Our standard offer is vegan, but we understand that these two materials are still relevant. The important factor is that we ensure that animals are treated well according to strict ethical protocols, that our suppliers' farms are animal welfare certified, and that the tanning process of leather is chrome-free. During the design process, we also fell in love with another material, natural fiber composite. Developed by B-Comp, this material is nearly as strong as carbon fiber, but 40% lighter than plastic equivalents. Its core ingredient is flax fibers. They provide strength, but are entirely natural. Flax can even be used to revitalize farmland between seasons, to prevent exhaustion of the soil. In Polestar 3, we're using flax and other natural fiber composites in the seats and interior components. For far too long, sustainability has been regarded an added layer to an otherwise predefined product. But if you take it seriously, and we are taking it seriously, sustainability not only changes the impact our products have on the environment, but inspires us to create entirely new aesthetics. For years we've been talking about this as our vision, but today this vision becomes reality. Back to Thomas.
Thanks, Max. That leaves us with the last of the 5 senses, taste. Well, good taste is what we strive to deliver not only with design we give to our cars. Good taste is something I would like each and every experience with Polestar to radiate. If you come into one of our Polestar spaces, if you visit our website, or when we promote and present our brand. And I really hope we live up to this standard here tonight. The design of Polestar 3 is of exquisite taste, and I really hope you agree with that one. When it came to producing the very first, the one film that introduces the design of Polestar 3 to the world, the burden weighed heavy to come up with something adequately tasteful. A film that would show the effortless elegance and purity of Polestar 3's design in the warm light of Scandinavian coolness. Ladies and gentlemen, Polestar 3.
Okay. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on. That was amazing.
This is Polestar 3. 360 kilowatt power, 840 Newton meter torque, and a 111 kilowatt hour battery with a range of up to 610 kilometer WLTP, and charging up to 250 kilowatt DC, air suspension, and plenty of equipment. The first year offer includes, as standard, the Plus pack with Bauer & Wilkins audio system, soft closing doors, and power-operated steering column, heated everything. And we include the Pilot pack with Pilot Assist, head-up display, and the Park Assist Pilot. The price for the first year offer, including Plus and Pilot pack, €89,900. Golden seat belts come with a performance pack, along with 380 kilowatt power and 910 Newton meter torque. It includes the Polestar engineered chassis tuning, astonishing 22-inch polish forged wheels, and of course the golden details for additional €6,600. Start of production will be in mid-2023, and delivery to customers will start in Q4 that year. Polestar 3 can be ordered from today. We all know Polestar family is growing, and that is also true for our friends, of colleagues, and of course, our four-ledged friends.
Awesome.
And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take the liberty of introducing one of the people who joined me here on stage, especially, and that is Naum. Naum is the guy who actually drew that car the very first time. So that sketch that we showed, the very, very initial sketch, was what Naum has created, and he has been with us for all these years, making this car real. Congratulations, my dear friend. Now everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Dear journalists, thanks for giving us, our young brand, the attention and the sympathy a David versus Goliath deserves. Dear investors, dear shareholders, thank you for the chance you give us to build this amazing company, to earn your trust and confidence. And dear Polestar owners, drivers, and fans, such a pleasure to have you here with us tonight. You are the rock that Polestar stands on. And dear Polestar colleagues, please enjoy this evening. We still have a long way ahead, and you are the best companion one could wish for on an adventure like this. I'm sure you feel tonight as proud as I do when our new star is born, Polestar 3. Thanks a lot.
Amazing. There you have it, ladies and gents, the Polestar 3. So I think that's the end of the event. So let's turn that down. I don't want to get any copyright issues. Wow, what an amazing car. What an amazing car. So we just watched the live stream, of course. We can watch that again. But what we actually want to check out was we want to watch the trailer once more. I want to watch the trailer once more because that trailer was indeed incredible. So let's start it from the beginning. Let's watch the trailer once more. Is there any questions as well? Because now the event is over. The event has just ended. That was the Polestar event. Lasted around 50 minutes. I thought it would have been longer, but the features in this car looks amazing. And this car, wow, I like the air tunnels at the front of the car. The car has air tunnels at the front. That puts added downforce to the front of the car. It also has a spoiler at the back, so that puts more added downforce. And it has a ton of battery, which is already heavy enough to create a lot of downward pressure, low center of gravity. Yeah, this car is terrific. It's pretty terrific. But I did not expect it to be this good. But gotta say, this is pretty exciting. We do have a vote as well. We've got a vote going on right now. So our vote, would you buy the Polestar 3 SUV? We have 80% of people saying yes. We've got 80% of everyone saying, yes, we would buy the Polestar 3. Good job, good job. I want to buy the Polestar 3 as well. Remember to subscribe, by the way. What an amazing car. Wow. So I had this I had some images of this car. Let's just check out the interior for one. Like, wow, the interior is amazing. So what we can do right now, I'm just going to watch back through the event. Obviously, we want to just admire everything that Polestar put together to put this event on for us. This was amazing. Remember to leave a like as well. Hit that like button. Let's get some more likes. Let's get some more comments in the chats. If there's any questions, I will be making videos right now this afternoon. I've got to make my first video about the Polestar 3. And it's going to be an amazing video. I'm going to put all the amazing information in that video. But for now, we're going to stay online a little bit longer. We're going to stay online a little bit longer, ladies and gents. Just to enjoy the atmosphere. This was a huge deal for Polestar. A huge deal for Polestar. And I've got to say, it has really paid off. I've watched this company. I've watched the supporters on Twitter constantly supporting this company. The fans who haven't really given up on this company, who still believe in Polestar. And this is a huge reward. This is a huge reward because they're not giving up either. Polestar is still propelling. They're still going forward. They're innovating. They are innovating with their car. And I like that. The amount of features that came in this car, I don't even think I can properly recall. There's a bunch of amazing features, and I think it's fair to say that this will be a brilliant thing for Polestar and the EV industry as well. This will help push the EV industry into the right direction because more companies need to innovate. We do. Come on now. It's no secret. More companies do need to innovate, and that's going to be a good thing for all of us because next year Polestar is coming out with the Polestar 4, and then we will get the Polestar 5, and then we will get the Polestar 6. So it's an exciting time to be a Polestar fan and Polestar supporter. We've got a lot of people watching the stream right now, like 67 viewers watching the stream right now. Let's turn up the volume just a little bit.
The couple distance is significantly increased, making the cabin spacious and luxuriously airy. We believe with this formula, Polestar 3 defines the package layout of the SUV for the electric age.
We're going to go back through this about the speakers. Let's check out, this car has a lot of speakers. A lot of speakers, right? A lot of speakers. So naturally, I wanna check out this replay. Let's check it out.
To these 4 woofers and 1 fresh air subwoofer. That is a total of 25 speakers in this car, plus 3 external speakers to deliver the distinct Polestar sound at low speeds to make pedestrians aware of the electric car approaching.
Wow.
So, a total of 28 speakers driven by a 28-channel amplifier with a total system power of 1,750 watts. This is not just an amplifier, it is a digital sound processor, and it enables multi-channel signals such as Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos. 4 months ago, I sat in the Polestar 3, standing in a sound lab, and the Bauer & Wilkins engineer sitting next to me, he told me how they had asked Kraftwerk to re-edit one of their albums with the new possibilities that are enabled with Dolby Atmos. What I experienced when he then started the music was mind-blowing. Usually music comes somewhere from the front. But this, it felt like the music was playing right in my head. It was everywhere. It felt like it was composed in 3D, in space. And this experience is waiting for you in Polestar 3.
Nice, nice, nice. That's, I'm looking forward to this. I recently test drove the Polestar 2. That was an amazing experience. Now, obviously, I would love to test drive the Polestar 3 when it is available. That would be quite an experience. But understand what he just said. The attention to detail that they put into this car. What I really like was that they've got external speakers. So we know that electric cars can be really quiet. And I've seen this first-handed, that you can be tricked easily by an electric car because we're so used to a noisy car, an engine car. So you can easily be tricked by a electric car and step out into the road by accident, and you could get hit. So what Polestar has done, they've added external speakers, so you will hear, there will be noise emanating from the vehicle to let the streetwalkers know that, let pedestrians know that, hey, there's a vehicle on the road. You should be careful. There's a vehicle somewhere. If you've been around a lot of electric cars, you'll understand just how quiet they can be and how easily you can just step back into the road and be like, oh, damn, there's a car. Not like a busy road, but just a normal road, just a normal street. Anything could happen, you know, so we have to be careful. And it's nice that Polestar added this feature. I do believe the Porsche Taycan also has a similar feature. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe they do have a similar feature. We've got a few comments. Vikram Diaz says, scintillating. Dennis Carter says, honestly, it looks awesome, but for the money, it has less feature than the Hyundai or Genesis, like vehicle to load, but I think it's perfect size that is smaller than the Hummer. I think it's quite a nice size. Hummer is just, you know, I've watched the review of the Hummer on MKBHB YouTube channel, and that vehicle cannot even go on certain roads. There's a lot of normal everyday roads you just can't drive that vehicle on because it's too heavy or it's too big. So the Hummer isn't for everyone. It's not an SUV for everyone, which is what the Hummer brand has always been. It's never been an SUV for everyone. It's always been an SUV for a selective audience, very niche audience, and that's fine. Sneaky Crate says it has vehicle to load. I hope they will create some cyber tune for that, not a fake engine. Right? I know, right? I don't want a fake engine because that's just gonna hide the fact that the car is electric. I want a futuristic cyber. You know, when I'm in the Polestar 1 and I was driving, you hear the little electric motor and it's like tune, tune. Now, when you watch Formula E and you see the electric cars, the noise, my friend told me that he doesn't like the noise. I'm okay with it. But not everyone is going to like the noise of electric motors. So Polestar, I hope they came up with a clever way of giving us a different kind of sound. I think they can give us a more ambient sound. Just a more something a bit amp. You know, amp it up a little bit so when the car rolls down the street, you know, it's a little rumble. Ooh, it's a little rumble. Give us a cool electric Star Trek noise in that car that people will know, but it's not annoying to the general public. I think from what I'm describing, I think a few people out there will be able to understand, oh, I know what you're talking about. And it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah. What is the market? What is the market saying for Polestar? Because I'm getting some comments from Polestar haters, and they're saying that what's he saying? The market has spoken. Another blunder and bad execution by the CEO. Listen, I don't agree with these Polestar haters. I don't agree with these Polestar haters. I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree with a lot of these Polestar haters. Nevertheless, we are here. We are here. That's what matters most. And it's taken us a long time. And Polestar has created a wonderful car. That's what I meant when I said there's a spoiler at the back that's going to give it plenty of downforce, plenty of sharp rear end, plenty of stability going through corners. It also has the air tunnel at the front. It's out of this world. It's out of my mind. It's out of my mind. We got 53 people viewing the stream. Thank you to everyone who's viewing the stream. Remember to subscribe, leave a like. If there's any questions, let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to include in our video, you've got to let me know. Now's your chance. If there's anything that I must include, you've got to let me know. Listen, I'll still be talking, but I've got to plug in my laptop actually, because my laptop is kind of dying of charge right now. But seriously, what does everyone think about the car? It's an amazing car, right? Like, look at this thing. It's absolutely amazing. 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. That is pretty quick. Top range up to 379 miles. Charging time on a fast charge, I believe that's a DC fast charger, 30 minutes. Damn. Woo. We've got the Tesla killer right here. Okay, I think we can change color now. So this is the thunder color, a grayish color, which I like. This is the space color. It's completely black. It looks a bit glossy, not really matte black, but glossy black. This is the midnight, like a blue kind of gray. That's awesome. It looks sexy. Come on, the car looks sexy. There's Jupiter. This is kind of like a brown. I want to see a 3D example of this car in that color. I love the way how they designed the website. They really did an amazing job. And obviously snow, complete white, snow white, and magnesium. Magnesium, a little bit of white, but you know, with a hint of gray, a hint of dark gray, you know, hit it with that. That's amazing. Listen, guys, if you're enjoying the video, remember to leave a like to support the channel. The more likes you leave, the more viewers we get and the more conversations we can have about the Polestar. We've got a few different tires. Look at the 2022-inch performance tires. There they are. That's amazing. 22-inch upgrade. So they've got different tire. We've got different tire designs, rims design. So that's amazing. I like that. Give us some options. And oh, the 21s plus look nice. I can imagine just rolling along in these. I think I would go for, yeah, I probably go for these ones. I don't like the look of the performance ones. I just don't. The upgrades are, they look quite good. I think I would go for the plus. Now in terms of color, I would probably go for the Thunder, because it's a bit gray. It's quite similar to the color that I have now in my car, and I like that kind of look. I'm not sure about the magnesium, but if you want a white car but not too white, you go for the magnesium. So I could consider the magnesium or the Thunder. I don't think I would go for fully black. That just makes me look like a gangster. Oh, wow. I like the colors though. Really great colors. So the magnesium gives you a silver whitish kind of color, which is really cool. This is the interior, of course. This is the interior. Now, usually Polestar do have the symbol, the Polestar symbol in the top of the car, in the roof, in the skyline. I don't know how they're going to accomplish this, because it shows that it's there, but I don't know how they're going to accomplish this. Wow. I'm so amazed. I wonder if all of these cars will come with the skyline as well. That would be amazing if they all came. So these are the interior as well. Let's check out the interior. We've got cream, and obviously we got fully blacked out. We've got the cream and white. Do you guys think the cream and white looks good? Do you think this looks good? Because I don't know. It would take me a while to get used to this. You know what I mean? Because it's not, if it was everything that was cream, I would be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think I'd go for the full black. Okay, now this looks better. You got a bit of everything. You got a bit of white, you got a bit of black. That's nice. And look, there is no transmission chamber. There's no transmissions chamber. So whoever sits in the middle of the car, there is no, it's a fully electric car. What I love about this car is that they didn't just take a design from a ICE car, an internal combustion engine car, and turn it into an electric car. No. This is everything designed from the ground up to be a Polestar electric car. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I got a question. Do you guys think it's a good idea that Polestar is staying with the portrait display? Because I'm not so sure. Because if I want to watch movies in my car, or at least I want to watch a clip, I want to watch a YouTube videos. You probably want to watch my YouTube videos in your car. Are you gonna watch it on that, or are you gonna watch it on a landscape display like the Teslas? That's the only thing I want, is a landscape display in a Tesla. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Fisker cars, they have a rotating display, which is really clever. I thought if Polestar implemented that, and if they really want to keep the portrait, they could tilt it, allow us to rotate it. That'll be amazing. Give us both options so we can choose. Powered by Android Automotive OS. Yes, and obviously it's coming with Apple CarPlay. I know there's a lot of Apple fans out there. I know that, listen, my favorite phone company is Samsung, but I do have an iPhone. But if I'm getting a TV, Samsung, they made the best TVs. What do you guys think about the speed meter? What do you guys think about that little display right there? I'm not so sure if I like it, because obviously it's not one complete display. It doesn't look like it is anyway. It looks like it's two tiny little displays separated. So I'm not sure if I like that. I'm not sure, but maybe it will surprise me when I'm in the car. Maybe my mind will change. Wow, we've got 63 people watching right now. Let's go back to our votes. We've got a few people saying that they would probably choose the Polestar 4. Next year, we will be reacting to the Polestar 4 event. Don't worry. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did this evening, reacted to the entire event, and then we talk about the vehicle. Safer by design, smart zone sensors cluster. What is this? I like this little thing Polestar puts right there. That's very signature Polestar, because they have that on almost all of their cars, or at least the designs of the Polestar 5, the Polestar 4, the Polestar 6 as well. They have similar design qualities. I love the seat. I'm in love with the seat. Oh my God, I'm in love with the seat. I could just fall asleep in that car. We've got 20 likes. Thank you to everyone who's liked the video so far. Majority of people are saying that they would buy the Polestar. They would buy the Polestar 3 SUV. Like 70%. 20% of people are saying no, they would not. 2% are saying they would buy the Polestar 2. And 7% is saying they will buy the Polestar 4. Okay, not bad. I believe my laptop just died. I need to plug it in. I need to plug my laptop in. Absolutely amazing, ladies and gents. So, wow, let me know what you guys think about the car. Obviously, it looks quite amazing. Look at it just going through the valleys. Wow. This car is going to be a head turner. I can promise you. It's going to get a lot of attention. Let's go back to Thomas Ingalith. There was some things that he was explaining about, like cabin air, some really cool tech that's in the car. So let's go back to Mr. Ingalith.
Breeze in Polestar 3 is clean and healthy. Together with cabin air and Volvo Cars, we developed the Advanced Air Cleaner, the AAC. The function of the advanced air cleaner is based on ionization of particles in the incoming air by charging them. The particles then stick to the filter, which has the opposite charge. A first layer eliminates coarse road and industrial dust and pollen. A second layer removes fine dust, mold microspores, and allergens. And in the final layer, harmful gases are eliminated. There are 3,000 liters of air in the Polestar 3 cabin, and they are completely exchanged every minute to make sure you breathe fresh and oxygen-rich air.
That's what I like.
What does that all up to?
Got my attention.
The air you breathe in Polestar 3 is cleaned of 95% of fine particles, 97% of viruses, and 99.9% of pollen and allergens. Feel. We designed Polestar 3 for you to feel and to be safe. To do so, we have the best partner you could think of on our side, Volvo Cars.
Mm-hmm.
Built.
Before we get into that, let me just answer a few comments that we have. We've got 67 people live right now. Sorry, 67 viewers right now. 61 viewers. Sorry, my mistake. We've got some comments. So let's see. Dennis Carter says, unfortunately, I'm not seeing any stock eval increase today so far, but hopefully will help PSNY going forward. I think having speed in your face is better than Tesla. That's a good point, actually, because on the Tesla cars, they don't have that. That's a really good point. So it's better to have at least something there than having to look over to judge the speed, because I like seeing my speed in front of me. I like having information in front of me. What I really appreciate is that this car is not as minimal as the Tesla vehicles. The Tesla vehicles are very minimal. This gives us a lot of luxury and a lot of premium feel. So let's continue the video. How many likes do we have right now? 20 likes. Remember to hit that like button. Come on, hit the like button. Remember now, we are on Twitter as well, and I will be posting a lot of information on Twitter. Everyone is going crazy on Twitter right now, reacting to the Polestar 3. I'm loving it. The car in black looks amazing. So I've got some images of the Polestar in black, and I'd like to share those images. Seriously, this car looks amazing. So there we go. That's one example. That's another one. And it looks, even though it's different, it's a new car for Polestar, it also looks very similar to the Polestar 2. Like, look at this car. It looks like a big version of the Polestar 2, which would make sense, but you got to keep in mind that they did move away a lot from the Polestar 2 design. They moved away a lot from it because that's the idea, is for Polestar to do their own thing, to be their own thing, and not just to follow what Volvo does, but to do something different, to do things different, do things in a more interesting way. That's the idea of Polestar, ladies and gents. Melvin S says 22. 22 what? We have 56 votes as well. We've got like 56 people have voted on our poll. So that's pretty. I love this photo. I love this photo. I love that photo. This one is amazing as well because it's all glass, and that's the spoiler that adds more downforce. It's a really slick car. You know what's really amazing is this right here. That's really amazing because you don't really see that in vehicles. You know what we want to do right now, ladies and gents? I would like to compare this car to the Tesla, to the Tesla Model X, Tesla Model Y. Let me find a way for you guys to really hate my guts. I'm just joking. It's going to be a good comparison. The reason I want to compare them is because this car is obviously a competitor to the Tesla Model X. They are competitors. But which one do you think looks better? Come on, which one do you think looks better? Okay. So, on the Polestar, on the Tesla, on some Tesla, you do have a display in front of you as the driver, and you've got the secondary display in the middle of the car. But in the Tesla Model 3, you don't get this display. You don't get a display in front of you. You only get that on premium Teslas. So they're doing things differently. They went with the yoke as well, obviously. And you know the thing about Tesla is that Tesla's basically the Apple of electric car. They're basically the Apple of electric car. They're very similar to Apple. Very similar to Apple in so much ways because of the appeal. Now, you see the Model X, it has its spoiler, but that spoiler doesn't always come out of the car. It doesn't always protrude from the car. On the Polestar, it will always be there. I'm not sure which one is cooler, but I think the Polestar is better for downforce. Now, for efficiency, I think the Tesla would be better for efficiency because that's why people say Tesla cars are ugly, because at the end of the day, Tesla they care less about looks and more about efficiency, giving people the longest amount of range you can get in your car, in your EV, because EVs, that's all it's about, is range. So they're just showing an example of where you can travel with the Tesla car: Amsterdam to Anvers, Brussels to Paris. Yeah. So let me know, like, what do you guys think about the Polestar 3 versus the Tesla Model X? Obviously, this is a design of the Tesla Model X. You can see reinforced chassis right there. So it's actually an extremely safe car for drivers. And there's still so much we don't see about the Polestar. We haven't seen under the hood. What does it look like under the hood? I have no idea. I've got no idea what this car looks like under the hood. I don't know if there's space, but they didn't tell us on stage. So it makes me think that there might not be luggage space underneath all of that. But what I would have preferred is for Polestar to run the events a little bit longer, because that was a very short event. It was like 50 minutes. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more details about the car. This is their opportunity to sell the car, and I think they could have done. The event is amazing, but I wanted more information about the car. You know, when they rolled the car on stage, it was very cool. So this is the car rolling up on stage, of course, but we got a small glimpse of the back of the car, the boot, the trunk, but we didn't get to see the front trunk, which is very important for a lot of EV enthusiasts. They always talk about the front trunk, and obviously we know that Tesla cars, they have amazing front trunk space. So I kind of wanted similar thing from Polestar. Anyway, we got a new comment from Stephanie Shaw. I have the Polestar 2 and it's great, but what I really need is 2 real cup holders. It is a hassle having the second one in the armrest. Oh, that's interesting. You know, when I was test driving the Polestar, the Polestar 2, I didn't have a lot of time to pay attention to these small details, but I did notice the cup holster. So what I'll do, I'll rewatch my video and check out what was in that, because I can't remember how it was, but that's a good point. So what you're basically saying, it doesn't give you two cup holsters next to each other, which can be annoying because even in my BMW, I have two cup holders next to each other, and I have cup holders in the door as well, or bottle holders. So yeah, but you know the amazing thing about the Polestar 2 especially, is that there's a lot of room to improve and to grow the design. The design of the vehicle is very adaptable. So Polestars, I can almost guarantee that they will always keep developing and improving the Polestar 2 interior and exterior design and efficiency as well. So, but unfortunately, that wouldn't help Stephanie Shaw very much because she already has a Polestar that can't be updated. So, but it will be interesting if obviously there's Polestar 2 owners that will want to buy the Polestar 3 because this is a family vehicle. There's a lot of family people who have a Polestar 2 and they're going to want to buy the Polestar 3. Chimney Jade say the configure website is down. Their configure website is down. What? That's a good sign. So it's not down for me. It's not down for me. What is the Missoni? Is he married? Does he have any kids? Missoni. Who's Missoni? Is that Maximilian, the Maximilian, the designer of the Polestar, the head of designer? Is that who you're talking about? If that's who you're talking about, then I have no idea. Max Missoni, the head of design. Yeah, so Maximilian Missoni. I have no idea if that man is married or what situation is going on. Are you asking for a friend? Seriously, what's going on? The configure website is not done for me. So long range dual motor. Yep, that's 79,000 pounds. 80,000 pounds. It's a $80,000. It's a £80,000 car. That's not cheap, Polestar. That's not cheap. Of course it's not cheap. Okay, so this is the long range dual motor, and obviously I get 379 miles of range. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Now, long range dual motor, but with performance pack. The performance pack is a faster car, but you get less range because there's more performance. But both vehicles, they come with dual motor. So that's cool. That's really good. These are the colors. So I like Thunder. I like Magnesium. I think personally I would probably edge towards the Magnesium. Yes, because the Thunder looks a bit bluish. It looks a bit bluish, and I'm not so sure if I like it. It looks a bit bluish. Ooh, that's nice, but not really for me. Not really for me, you know, the Jupiter. I can see a lot of people going for this color, the dark blue. Yeah, I can see people going for the dark blue, the black, of course, the white, and the Magnesium. But I can guarantee you, obviously it's extra money for the white, an extra 1,000 pounds, extra 1,000 pounds for the Thunder. So any additional color is an extra 1,000 pounds. Even the black is an extra 1,000 pounds. But what I do like is that if it's black, everything is black. That's dope. Because that can be a common complaint for a lot of people sometimes. So Christos 007 says no because he seems very focused on his work and he has never talked about his personal life. He is dressed in black. Magnesium is great, I agree. Yeah, the Magnesium is winning everyone over because it's silver, but it's a little bit, it's silver. It's silver. It's not even, you know, it's silver. It's just that from some angle it does look a little bit white. So I don't know, like, but the white looks very cream white. That's the difference. But hey, pilot pack, pilot assistance, pilot assisted park assisted pilot, heads up display. Yes, please. Um, Look at the interior, guys. How gorgeous! My goodness, we've got 61 people viewing our stream. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Listen, um, we've got a comment from Madonent. I'm not only interested in such large vehicle if they seat 7, otherwise just a hulking great lump of waste material. Damn, bro, you didn't have to do that to them, Holmes. That was harsh. Because we know the Polestar 3 doesn't seat 7, seats 5. And I can understand why a lot of people would not be too happy about that. But it is a luxury premium vehicle. You know, they told us that and they meant it. So yeah, it doesn't look like they were going for capacity. It looks like they were going for luxury and all of that stuff, and that's fair. This is the wheel I'd go for personally. Yeah, I think that would suit me very well. I think that'd suit me very well. But hey, the configure side is up for me, so maybe if the configure side was indeed down, I think that must have been temporarily, right? Temporarily. The Polestar 3, the SUV for electric age. I'm very interested in seeing Polestar using this very neon yellow. I wonder where they got that from. No, obviously a lot of people are going to point out it's because they're obsessed with yellow. They use yellow brake calipers, yellow what's it called? Seat belts. Yeah, there you go. We got some more comments, ladies and gents. So in Switzerland, it costs 99,000. Is that euros? Do they use euros in Switzerland? So basically 100,000 euros. Holy crap. Damn. Gnarly Nerd says, which it had option for third row. Yeah, definitely. You know, especially with this little window right there. I like the window. I like this little area right there. Obviously, runs really deep for the slipstream. Really nice, really sexy. But it made a lot of people for sure think that, hold on a minute, this vehicle, you really mean to tell me that there's no rear seat? But I think to give it rear seats, like the extra 2 seats in the back, you're competing with Land Rover right there. That's a Land Rover, Range Rover thing. And some Volvo vehicles do it. But if they wanted to do that, then the Polestar 3 will be a very different vehicle. It would have been a very different vehicle. So it's an option in the future. But let's just be happy that they have an amazing SUV. It can't fit 7 people, but at least like it's a family size now, you know? It's a family size. Although I can see the appeal of the 7 seats, of course. That makes sense. Marco says that's about 90,000 pounds. I guess it depends on the trim as well. So Jade is saying, I'm guessing you're not in the US. Maybe only US website configuration is down. Maybe. But you see, people are ordering this vehicle in the US. They're not going to get this vehicle until late next year or early 2024. Because the vehicles, I know there's been a complete confusion with this. Polestar will start building these vehicles, I believe, early next year in China. But that's only for the European market. I don't think that includes the American market. If it does, good, but I'm not so sure. Now they will start building this vehicle in Charlotte in the Volvo factory, but it's late next year, in October next year. So people who are ordering this vehicle in America, they must understand that it's going to be a long time before they can get this vehicle. It's gonna be a while, but hey, if they're willing to wait, then absolutely. It's Swiss franco. Okay, so 99,900 Swiss francs. Not euros. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Christoph 007 says when they announced the price, the crowd didn't respond very enthusiastic. For Norway or Sweden, it's okay, but for other countries, it's salty. Yeah. Um, that's a good point. That is a very good point. I don't think it was the best reception from the audience. That's for sure. Which is why we want to go to Porsche now, because this is the main competitor for Polestar. This is the main competitor. So these are the pricing of the Porsche Cayenne. It comes in many different trims, of course. There's even EV hybrid coupes, very expensive cars. But these cars, they start around 63 grand, 63,000 pounds, while the Polestar looks like it's starting around 79,000 pounds, 80,000 pounds basically. That's a lot of money. So I don't know. Seems like a very expensive car, but also the mileage. That's a lot of mileage. That's a very impressive amount of mileage. So, but I also remember a time when Tesla announced their first vehicle. So let's not panic. Let's not panic. Remember Tesla now. They announced the Tesla Model S, and that's not the cheapest vehicle. And when they announced it when did they announce it? I think this car started being available in 2011, 2012, probably 2012. But it was never a cheap vehicle. It was always, how much is this car? 70, 80, 90 grand? Yeah, it was always around that range. So, but this of course is a sedan. This is a sedan. This is not necessarily an SUV. And despite all of that, look at the range. But of course, Polestar is working on the side of efficiency. Efficiency, always giving people maximum efficiency. So, yes, the Polestar 3 is expensive, but Tesla also started with expensive vehicles too. So, I guess only time will tell how well these cars are going to sell. But just remember, they're competing with Porsche, and Porsche has a history of having expensive vehicles. But even the Porsche Macan is starting around 50,000 pounds. So the Polestar 4, let's hope that that vehicle starts around 50,000 pounds. And let's hope that over time, Polestar can lower the Polestar 3 price, because 80 grand. 80 grand. And I believe there's only two options. There's only two trims, two options. So, damn. But it looks like the Pilot Pack and the Plus Pack just can't be removed. So, that is literally where the car price is starting for people in the UK at least. So now we know the price. It's not cheap. It's an 80 grand car. Bloody hell. That's kind of crazy. So here's my question. How much is the Model X? Because I actually can't remember how much this car is. I cannot remember for the life of me. Let's just go with this with everything standard as it comes. Where is the price? Nah, this is just for deposit. But the website isn't really showing the price like straight away, which is interesting. Don't know why it's not showing the price. but it's not a cheap vehicle. I think majority of us know that the Model X is not a cheap vehicle as well. But now I've got to find out if the Model X is more expensive than the Polestar 3 or not. So let's watch a little bit more video from Thomas Ingelith, and I'll find out that information. Then I'll help you guys out with that information.
This is Polestar 3. 360 kilowatt power, 840 Newton meter torque, and a 111 kilowatt hour battery with a range of up to 610 kilometer WLTP, and charging up to 250 kilowatt DC, air suspension, and plenty of equipment. The first year offer includes, as standard, the Plus pack with Bauer & Wilkins audio system, soft closing doors, and power operated steering column, heated everything. And we include the Pilot pack with Pilot Assist, head-up display, and the Park Assist Pilot. The price for the first year offer, including Plus and Pilot pack, €89,900.
That was the audience reaction to the price, €89,000. Interesting, very interesting. So I actually had a comment. It says, this is from Elvis, I think. What do you think about the Polestar 2? I loved it. I drove it the other day. Elvis, by the way, did you watch my Polestar test drive video? Who watched my test drive video of the Polestar 2? Leave a comment. If you watched the video, leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed that video, because I want to test drive more vehicles. I want to test drive some Mercedes, some Audis, BMWs, and put it on this channel. So there's a lot of good content coming to the channel in the future, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because I'm going to be working extra hard for you guys. Let's get back to the video.
Golden seat belts come with a performance pack, along with 380 kilowatt power and 910 Newton meter torque. It includes the Polestar engineered chassis tuning, astonishing 22-inch polished forged wheels, and of course the golden details for additional €6,600. Start of production will be in mid-2023, and delivery to customers will start in Q4 that year.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So let's listen back to what they just said.
Come with a performance pack. It includes the Polestar engineered chassis tuning, astonishing 22-inch polished forged wheels, and of course the golden details for additional €6,600. Start of production will be in mid-2023, and delivery to customers will start in Q4 that year.
Wow. So we're going to have to wait until the end of next year to get this vehicle on the road. I'm sorry, guys. Manufacturing starts in May 2023 next year.
Start of production will be in mid-2023, and delivery to customers will start in Q4 that year. Polestar 3 can be ordered from today. We all know Polestar family is growing, and that is all.
So you catch that. There was no applause. There was no applause. Come on, that can't be a coincidence. That cannot be a coincidence. I'm looking at the pricing of the Tesla Model X online, and it looks like this car in the UK is $100,000 car. It looks like it's $100,000 car. Based on the pricing that I'm looking at, it looks like it's costing like $100,000. So if that is true, then the Polestar costing $80,000 in the UK isn't too bad if this car costs £100,000 in the UK. That's not too bad. Polestar is undercutting Tesla right there, so that's pretty good. The difference is, of course, this vehicle, the Tesla Model X, this vehicle has rear seats. Oh, and look at the speed. 2.5 seconds 0 to 60. In the Polestar, I think it's more like 4.5 seconds. So there is a difference. There's a difference, but this is $100,000 car. This is a £100,000 car. This is not cheap. So what do you guys think? The Polestar, £80,000. The Tesla, 100 plus pounds. 100,000 plus pounds. Wow. Based on the information I'm getting online, it looks like the Tesla is much more expensive. So that is interesting. Is there any other questions, by the way? Let's get all our questions now, because I will have to leave soon, because I need to make the Polestar 3 video for you guys. The unveil, this is my reaction, but I need to make a better video for you guys. So yeah, you guys need to send in all of your questions. This is your chance. Hit says hi. Elvis says, yeah, I did watch it a bit. Is Polestar popular in UK? I'm from Sweden, so it would be interesting to know. It's not as popular as Tesla, and Tesla is not as popular as Mercedes or BMW. That's how I can explain it. But I have seen a lot of the Polestar 2s in the UK, especially in Bristol where I live. On a regular basis, I'm starting to see more and more of these cars. In fact, every time I see one of these cars, I always try to take a picture and to buy an extra share. That's a rule that I have for myself. Every time I see a Polestar, I try to buy a share. Buy one share for every Polestar I see. That's what I've been trying to do. We have 43 viewers. Remember to hit that like button. So we've got some spams in the comments from some Tinder hot. Let's hide user from the channel and let's remove these comments. Elvis says, that's fun to hear. Yeah, that's how I can explain the popularity. I am seeing, like, on a daily basis, I see Polestars out, but with the community, with the British people, with people in the UK, there is Polestar, then there's Tesla, and then you've got Mercedes, BMW, and they have hybrids, they have electric vehicles. So that's how it is. So Polestar is still trying to gain that popularity, and so is Tesla. But yeah, it's somewhat popular, I'd say. So Christoph says no applause. That's what I'm talking about. The exact opposite when Apple presents devices. That's a good point. That's a good point by Christoph. When Apple presents devices, no matter what, there is the dynamic island. Oh my goodness. Praise Apple. Praise the Apple gods. Yeah, Apple is an expert at this. And no one can really beat Apple at doing what Apple does. No one can really beat Apple at that. Listen, everyone. There is 35 people live. Sorry, 35 people viewing this stream. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to stay up to date with all of the content that we will be producing. This has been a very fun stream. We will have to end it soon, but it's been very fun. It's been very educational. We've had plenty of people commenting and supporting the stream and supporting the chat. So I think we can end the video quite soon. We're gonna end the video probably in the next 10 minutes, in the next 5-10 minutes. Let's listen a bit more to what Polestar had to say. But that is very interesting. When they announced the delivery dates, there was no applause because no one wants to wait till the end of next year to get the Polestar. I don't want to wait that long to test drive a Polestar. So yeah, there was obviously not the best reaction from the public. And yeah, but I also think that they could have done a better job with presenting the vehicle. But they're learning. I think this is their second or third time presenting a vehicle, while Apple has been presenting devices and new tech for. Apple has a new event, like they've got like 2 events per year. They've got the developers event and the device event. And Tesla's gotten really good at presenting. But Tesla presentation it's not the cool images and the fancy this and the fancy that. No. Tesla would just, I remember when they showed off the Tesla Model X for the first time, and they had like 7 people stepping out the car. I was like, that's a lot of people. And then they opened the trunk and the front trunk, and they had a bunch of luggages. I was like, it's an airplane. It's not a car, it's an airplane. It's a Boeing 555. There's no such thing as Boeing 555. It's a Boeing though. You get the point I was trying to make. So that kind of way of presenting, I think Polestar could improve, because I want to see the front trunk of the car. I want to see more details about this car. I think they did a good job with the presentation, the trailer and everything, but I think they can improve. And I think they will reflect on this and they will look at some areas that they can improve on. So that's good. Elvis says, in Sweden, I think Tesla is about the same popularity as Polestar. Really? Really? That's surprising, but it's good. And you know why it's good? Because now whenever people try to check out Polestar, it's not just one Polestar. There's 2. Granted, it's going to take another year before this car starts being delivered to people, but it's still exciting that they now have vehicle for family and sedan. They've got different types of vehicle, and obviously next year they will be unveiling the smaller SUV coupe. Hopefully that car will start around £60,000 or £50,000. Ideally £55,000. They need to make it a bit cheaper. Around £55,000 to £60,000 I think would be reasonable. Yeah, but let's listen to that again. There was no applause.
Can be ordered Q4 that year. And delivery to customers will start in Q4 that year. Polestar 3
no applause.
Can be ordered from today. We all know Polestar family is growing.
No applause.
And that is also true for our friends, of colleagues, and of course our 4-ledged friends.
So look at that. To fit 2 seats in the back of that car would have been very difficult, and it would have needed a lot more investment. It would have been a different vehicle. It wouldn't have been the Polestar 3. So hopefully in the future we can get a Polestar 7. Hopefully the Polestar 7, that would be cool. The Polestar 7 could be the big SUV, the one that's like Range Rover, Land Rover, you know. It's got 7 seats. Maybe eventually we can get that big Polestar, but remember now, Polestar is still a really small company, and you see, that's all they did. They just showed us a dog coming out of the back of the car. That's it. Come on, Polestar. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more. Come on, I want to see more.
And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take the liberty of introducing one of the people who joined me here on stage, especially, and that is Naum. Naum is the guy who actually drew that car the very first time. So that sketch that we showed, the very, very initial sketch, was what Naum has created, and he has been with us for all these years, making this car real. Congratulations, my dear friend. Now everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Dear journalists, thanks for giving us, our young brand, the attention Goliath deserves. You give us, and you, dear Polestar colleagues, please enjoy this evening. We still have a long way ahead, and you are the best companion one could wish for on an adventure like this. I'm sure you feel tonight as proud as I do when our new star is born, Polestar 3. Thanks a lot.
So that's where they left us off. So I think we can go ahead and end this video now. We've been live for a couple of hours. It's been really fun. So thank you to everyone who's been watching. Yeah, this has been a wonderful experience to react to the Polestar live. It's been a wonderful experience because we usually don't get these opportunities. So this is the first Polestar vehicle I'm actually reacting to or just watching live as it happened. I never had a chance to watch the Polestar 2 event live or the Polestar 1. Yeah, I'm glad it's the Polestar 3. There we go. It's in the family of cars now, the Polestar 3. What a beauty. So we will get her eventually. We will get her eventually. That's for sure. But now, yes, we've got the Polestar 1, of course, hybrid. Polestar 2 starts at £43,000. The Polestar 3, and hopefully the Polestar 4 will start around £50,000. That would be good. But hey, time will tell. But we'll see. But this Polestar 3 is meant for the luxury clientele. Only a select few will be able to afford this car, and for good reason. It won't be cheap. Cindy W says, if stocks can go up, maybe I have money to order one. You know what? Let's check out the share price for Polestar right now. If anything, the stocks has gone down. If anything, the stock price have gone downwards. It hasn't gone up. So Cindy, I don't think you'll be able to buy the Polestar because the price isn't going up, it's going down. Sorry Cindy. Wow. Not gonna lie though, I'm still happy to react to the car. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just what I needed. Obviously, remember to go check out the website for yourself to learn more about this vehicle. And if you guys could buy this car, what color would you get it in? Seriously, what color? Thunder, space, snow, magnesium, obviously. I think I'm edging towards a magnesium. That's the best color so far in my opinion. It's just silver. Yeah. We have 44 people watching us right now. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. We've got 31 likes, I believe. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. if you've enjoyed this event, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button for sure. And who's already subscribed? Because some of you are already subscribed. So thank you for the support, obviously. Thank you for the support, big time. This is our little community. This is our little channel. We've been doing a lot of hard work on this channel. I uploaded this video yesterday and it's doing terrific. Uploaded this video 7 days ago, did terrific. I've uploaded a few different Polestar 3 videos and they've done terrific. So majority Polestar content. I'm doing more Neo content. As you guys can see, I am producing more Neo content, uploaded more content around Neo. My Rivian videos do not perform well. It just doesn't. My Volvo videos, this one performed relatively good, almost 3,000 views. That was pretty good. My Porsche video did not perform very well, but I intend on making more videos based around what's working. What is working? That's what we'll make videos about. So Neo content, Polestar content, obviously. Tesla videos do not do well on my channel either. And that's because everyone makes Tesla videos. The market to make Tesla videos is big. So I'm a small fish in a big ocean. But when I make Polestar content, I'm actually quite reasonable. We also have a Patreon. I created this Patreon quite recently. And what I want to produce on this Patreon is exclusive content. So this Patreon is nothing specific. This Patreon for £5 a month is basically just a basic rate. That's if you want to support the channel, this is your opportunity to subscribe to the Patreon just to support the channel right now. So essentially, the more money I can make through this business, the more content I can make, because that will free up my time and allow me to make more content. So this is why I want to promote the Patreon, because that will add more income and I will be able to make more videos because I'll have more time. I'll have to work less at my work and I can do more work on more Polestar content. So this is why, this is just a general support, this is just a general support, but as a added perk, I will be doing exclusive content as well. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with the fact that we do have a newsletter. We've got the Monument newsletter, and this is our last article I wrote. This was the Polestar SUV world premiere, and I wrote about this when it was announced. I wrote about this, and this was my best performing newsletter in terms of viewership. So we got a newsletter, we've got a Patreon. There's plenty of ways you can support us. Subscribe to our Patreon as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Patreon, and you can also support us with subscribing to our Patreon. If you'd like to donate to us like on a monthly basis or something. But apart from that, we just got amazing content plan for the rest of the year. We've got some amazing content plan for the rest of the year. If there's any comments, this is the right time to ask. We are also on Twitter. So that's my my everyday Twitter account. We also have a specific Twitter account for Monument feed. I don't use it as often as I would like to. So the majority one that I do use is the Kitai/Monument Twitter account. But I'm always posting on this Twitter account updates, information about Polestar. This was a video I uploaded last night and it performed really well. I posted that as well. So we do daily updates of Polestar on the Twitter. So there's a link in the description. Check out the link. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our newsletter. Our newsletter is a really great way to keep up with us, because what we're essentially building over here is a little community. We are building a little community. Am I the only one who's excited for the Harry Potter game? Am I the only Harry Potter fan in this live stream? Come on, we've got 37 people who's watching this. Am I the only Harry Potter fan? It can't be. I know this video is about Polestar, but I got distracted for a little moment. I promise you, I'm not being sponsored by Harry Potter. But I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Naturally, these are the kind of things that I follow. But the most important thing that I keep everyone updated with is the Polestar content. I'm always posting Polestar content on Twitter, so that's the best way to stay up to date with everything that I do relating to Polestar, relating to electric EV, relating to the channel. I also create these really nice little graphics image to inform people about the updates or the news about Polestar. So recently Polestar sold over 9,000 electric cars in Q3 alone. For the rest of the year, Polestar, I believe they're trying to sell over 20,000 vehicles to complete that 50,000 target. And of course, this was our test drive. I test drove the Polestar 2 recently, and this wasn't the car that I test drive. It wasn't this one either. It was a different one, but it's either on the next row or opposite. But I just took a picture with the white one because I was videoing that one in the video quite a lot. But what an amazing vehicle it is. And of course, we have a lot of people on Twitter who do support my Twitter account, who do support the channel as well. So thank you to everyone. Like N2EV Bull, big supporter of the channel. Polestar News, big supporter. Let's not forget Spax_stock PSNY Global EV Pure Play. That's a mouthful. Yeah, and obviously it was just brilliant. So even every time I post new videos, I post about it. Not every time, but I try majority of the time to keep everyone up to date with new videos that I'm creating. So I'm always posting the new videos on Twitter. That's genuinely the best place to stay up to date with everything that we do. What a beautiful car. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. I made a video about this as well. This is the detail updates that are coming to the Polestar 2 next year. Polestar they are updating this vehicle, trying to improve it in every way, and I admire that. I love that. We have 34 viewers, 33 likes. Thank you to everyone who's liked so far. Thank you to everyone who's watched the stream. Thank you to everyone who's watching right now. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. Thank you to everyone who's been watching the channel since, I don't know, June this year, January this year. What about June last year? We started this channel in May last year, I believe. And the channel only started doing good when I started talking more about Polestar vehicles. So Polestar vehicles has saved this channel. It's made this channel what it is. And thank you to everyone for that. I'm still comparing the Polestar to this vehicle, the Neo ES6. I still am, because I think there's a few similarities that I've noticed, and that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing at all. So, yeah. Who remembers when the Polestar share was $7.69? What is it now? $5.10. Yeah, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. Listen, we have to end this video soon. We still got 31 people watching. But is everyone subscribed? Everyone who's watching right now, are you all subscribed to the channel? Because if you're not, you need to subscribe, because I will be ending the stream very soon. But big thank you to everyone who's supporting. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have other channels. Yeah, I do. I have a second channel. It's actually a bigger channel. This channel, Altcoin Disrupt, this is my channel. I uploaded a video today on Polygon Matic. uploaded a video 3 days ago on top 6 altcoin buys for 2023 next year. So I have different businesses, I have different channels. So remember to go out there and subscribe to Altcoin Disrupt as well. I do have a 3D designing channel. So this is my 3D designing channel. This is something I created recently, and this video has been doing better and better. I basically 3D designed a space in Blender. It's a free 3D designing software, and it's an amazing software that is free. And I basically designed this entire room in the software. So we got a 3D channel, we got a crypto channel for blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and we have an EV tech channel. We're doing well, we're doing pretty good. So the biggest support is just seeing everyone watching this video. We got 31 views right now, everyone's watching. I think I'm gonna end this video right now because for obvious reasons, we've been live for a very long time. Kimarin Seng says yes, he is subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. Hope you've been enjoying the content. Plenty of more content to come in the future. We will just continue to create some amazing content. Yeah, this was my 3D channel. This was a very fun project, perhaps one of my favorite projects so far, but hey, that's enough of that. So this is your chance. Any last questions, get them in right now because we're ending the stream quite soon. Forza Vortex says, I have the 2 at the moment, but not sure if to order the 3. That's interesting. So I think the 2 is a very nice car because I test drove it recently and it was very amazing. It was truly remarkable. Obviously the 3 will be an amazing car as well, but if you're happy with the Polestar 2, then by all means stick with the Polestar 2 because that's an amazing car as well, while the 3 is way more expensive, and the wait time to get one of these vehicles, it's a long wait time. It is a long wait time, so keep that in mind. But good for you for having a Polestar 2. I don't have a Polestar yet, but one day I will. By the way, this is my setup. This is what it looks like right now. My live stream setup, what I'm doing right now, this is what it looks like. I've got the laptop on the left, I've got the camera right there, and I've got the display to show everything. So I think we'll end the video right here. Yeah. Remember now, we do have a Monument newsletter. Check that out. Link in the description. We also have a Patreon. Check that out. Link in the description. Polestar share is still going down. It's good for me because I want to buy cheap share. Not financial advice. This is not financial advice by any way. So thank you to everyone who's watched so far. We're going to end this video right now. Hope you enjoyed the Polestar unveil of the Polestar 3. Hope you're excited to see what comes next. Kimarin Seng says, take care, mate. Thank you, Kimarin. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. If I'm not, I do apologize. But it was an amazing event, and I do think they can still improve the event because I wanted to see more things about the car. So there is room to improve, but it was still an amazing event. They put a box in an island. They unboxed the Polestar 3. The features, over 20 different speakers, internal, external, so many things. But this is where we'll end this video. So let's say one last goodbye to the Polestar 3. Actually, it's not a goodbye, it's an hello. Say one last hello to the Polestar 3. I have to make my Polestar 3 video now for you guys. I'm making a video for you guys. It's not for me, it's for you. It's for me as well because I'm excited to make that video. But thank you all for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And good night. Good night. This is a great way to end a video. Progressive by design. Good night, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining me, and subscribe to stay up to